Start recording. Start streaming. Again, 1:05 in the afternoon, 29th of November 2025. Saving things, checking data. How much do I have left? You get 1,229 gigs, which is 1.2 terabytes. I got a 75% warning like yesterday. Yeah, good to know. Um, and then it says we have to do this again. Okay. Link. Yeah, I have a low battery. Photos. Actually, it's better if you do apps. And then just open the gallery for right from here. Because then I can zoom in. It's gotten weirdly quiet. Yeah, all of a sudden. Um so it's saying as of today 990 gigs used. So 1229 minus 990. I should still have 239 gigs. Um, I just deleted some. Yeah, having to delete things to make room, and I hate this. Counts it in. I don't know how to change that setting. It counts it in kilobytes instead of like megabytes or gigs. I don't know how to like. It's so fucking stupid. That would be. Let's anyway. So 69,598,821 kilobytes is how many. Just as an example. 69 million kilobytes is how many gigabytes? 69 gigabytes. So like I should be able to just convert it in my head. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really big file. And then 100 gigabytes is a terabyte. Is that right? Or 1,000. 100 gigabytes equals. Oh, I skipped. Fucking crap. Kilobytes to gigabytes. Megabytes. Yeah, there's some kind of way to like memorize this. Kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte. So it's 0.069 terabytes. Oh man. Well, yeah, that makes total sense. A terabyte, yeah, it's like a trillion. You know, a trillion's like as high as we've counted money. There will be something bigger eventually, someday, I guess. Um, yeah. Well, you can't just go millions and millions, billions, and trillions. Kinda. I guess that's a good way to put it. Um, I'm just learning this myself. No one taught me this in school. They should have. Yeah. It should have been we did have basic computer classes. We learned how to use like Word and Excel. That's like it. you know? Make sure you constantly save your file. Like we opened a Gmail account. We um yeah, it was specifically computer class in Plunkett Public Elementary School in at MHS, the free boarding school I went to for poor kids. Um I actually got into RIT, but I didn't go. Um so that's kind of funny because you don't know what a kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte really like. But I got into RIT. You're supposed to learn things in schools. Yeah, right, exactly. It was you were teachable, not that you knew it before you got there. What's the point of you going if you knew it before you got there? But I mean, I was a writing major, women's studies minor. I just did like an 11-hour long thing about it was supposed to be like mental illness and my family. And then last night somebody like burned some shit, got into my apartment. It is always scary. It's never not scary. Like it's not like a special trick to like scare people. It's not hard to do. It doesn't mean anything. Like you're a coward. You're just a fucking psychopath. Like the people that think that's funny to just like on purpose. Um and no, again, I'm not gonna open the window to try to get a video. It's gonna make it billow into my fucking room if it's like whatever the fuck they're doing. I don't know where it's coming from. They could have been burning something right under the window. They could have been pumping it up this pipe next to my building as a something I just kind of figured out more recently. Oh, yeah, the fact that I can talk, it feels like my voice is an octave lower, but it's not like it's been harder to breathe. They have done fucked up shit to me that like constricted my airways. It would hard to get oxygen out, and just wonder if it's coming up through this pipe. Could you imagine if they just hadn't taken this picture? Oh my fucking god. Because it like really shows too where it breaks right along where my window is. And then they like put in a new pipe. It looks like it's open right there. So what's this for? Like rainwater? They could have, yeah, it could be somebody on the fucking roof. It could also be somebody down below in the fucking tunnels. This goes down into the tunnels, and there's a stairwell directly in the building. Well, so the fucking management can't pretend, sorry, we're just not, it's not our property, we can't do anything about it. They might be getting in through the fucking tunnel staircase in the building. You can't just let people kill me and then charge me rent, bitch. Like, that is the point. There's a camera. Yeah, this camera is part of the building. They could have seen everything. People driving by, fucking with you. They just chose not to. And yeah, it's there through September of 2024. So it definitely, up till at least, what, a year ago, it was there. I wonder why there isn't like an updated photo. I didn't know this is has the word Eden written next to it. Just found that out last night. And they're like opening some kind of like new bar at some point. I wonder what the plan is there. It is weird that I woke up as if I was like thinking about it in my sleep. Um that thing called the Tube was there like forever. As far back as it goes is 2007. Yeah. So at least since like I was in high school and it was whatever the fuck the Tube was. I I think we did go in there once. And it's like almost like a hallway. It's weird that this is called the hallway cuz this was like a hallway. I don't think I've ever been in here. It was Maxwell's and Black Book. Okay, first it was Black Book, then it was Maxwell's. Yeah, I'm so glad there's I love the era that you live in. You would never be able to like you might remember it in your mind, but you could not just like show somebody. I would never want to go back to any other time period. Oh my god, I want to be in the future. And then it was Maxwell's. And now it's the hallway. For a second though, it was something called Rebel Rebel during the pandemic. And I was intrigued. Um it's like a David Bowie bar or something. But I was stuck inside my room. Yeah, this also proves that this shit has been here for years. So there's that too. Like, I am definitely safer explaining this than I am pretending that, oh, nothing's happening, and then they just slowly are murdering me. And no one will ever have a clue about it. Like, no, they got a clue about it. It's getting saved on the internet. You should never be able to do this shit to anybody again. Run your fucking engine up your own ass. Have your dog bite you. Poison yourself. Like, you don't get to fucking just do this to somebody. Ever. Ever. There's so many fucking ways that they have like destroyed me physically. Yeah, without touching you, as if that they were practicing that. Without actually physically breaking into your room and beating the shit out of you, how they could beat the shit out of you. Fucked up monsters. And then you're like, well, who's doing it, Laura? I don't know, but there's this big thing right across the street that could have seen the whole thing the whole time and like said something. And they were there since the last pandemic. You think there might be like a connection? Maybe. I mean, at the very least, you like were complicit. If you were not directly fucking with me, you never saw it for 5 years, not once. You have like a fucking watchtower. and you are like, your goal in life is to take care of people, something's like bullshit bogus. And then if you want to just go down the street a little bit, there's a police thing right here. Right, they've always had, yeah, there's a police thing right there, and there used to be somebody that just lived right next to them. Like, yeah, they use the homeless. They're using the homeless. And that's why, like, the idea, they're just gonna set up something where they would sweep people. They're gonna burn some shit under your fucking window, and they expect you to take a video of it, and they're gonna use that to try to sweep homeless people. You know, the ones they don't like, the ones that won't do what they want, of course. The ones that do what they want, they'll let them fucking, like, torture people. That seems to be how that works. So, yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, don't even get me started on how, like, deeply connected. Oh, do you feel like you're in a brotherhood? You got your friends? As long as you're all doing the same shit, you look the other way. My friends over you. Bullshit. Because, like, that's how, there's no one to call for help. Like, you know, you live in an age after Black Lives Matter and the police brutality protests. You think people probably want to deal with the police less than they ever have. But it's not like there's like a backup. You know, just call some like organization that's supposed to help you instead. They had Central City Concern buffing the sidewalks with some loud, broken fucking machine at 11 o'clock at night, which I'm not like, oh, it's so late. That's not really, oh my God, are there hangers in the windows? You guys are so funny. It's supposed to be some kind of sick joke. They did the same thing in this building. I have to find the picture of it. Like displaying hangers in the windows. Like everything with the end of the suffix is her, hanger, stalker. Like it's like a joke about women or something. Yeah, they shuffle everybody over here even from all over the city. They sweep them until they end up over here. Is another thought process too. Yeah, it's not making claims. I'm saying possibilities based on what, just brainstorming here. I mean, you can't really deny this. Oh, was it a setup photo? It's a fake cop car. They just wanted to put it there because they hate the police. And the police themselves didn't notice this. Just as like, what? You know, that doesn't make sense. No, we're going to even showcase police beating the shit out of people for 170 days in a row and have you watch. Yeah, I was in my room, but you know, have you watch. It would have been worse. You got hit in the face yourself, right? Is that what this is about? Like making sure you also got hit in the face? Well, COVID happened. If it hadn't, I probably would have been outside. I've gone to Black Lives Matter protests before, but there was never tear gas. There was never we walked peacefully down the street. Like there's one video, um yeah, saving all this stuff is like evidence. And hold on, I can delete this shit now. I'm not gonna upload any of this. Um yeah, they're like rough drafts anyway. I'm always everything I say is a rough draft until I decide it's not. Yeah. Evidence, or is it in for the record? It's a everyone's walking with their fists raised and it's like super peaceful. You know, that's what it was like. Um for every protest I've ever been to. Like I have video of the first protest I ever went to was in the Czech Republic, blocking neo-Nazis. Like there was never tear gas. There was, yeah, chanting and solidarity. And you know, if it was Times Square New Year's Eve, like that's even more packed. And that would only ever become a riot if the police showed up and started spraying everybody with tear gas. Otherwise, you know, it's almost like a festival. That's why calling these things like a music festival was, cuz yeah, it's practically like a fun event until you show up with the tear gas and the batons, and that's when the violence happens. Um, yeah, now I want to find that video of the fists. Can I just search for it? It must be in evidence and stuff. Yeah, there you go.
Please get a moment of silence, y'all, and put your fists up your right fist in front of the mural. Please get a moment of silence, y'all, and put your fists up your right fist in front of the mural. Please get a moment of silence, y'all, and put your fists up your right fist in front of the mural.
Where are these people now? How many of them can't breathe, can't talk because they got hit with tear gas for 170 days? And whether or not they had a respirator or just a face mask, or, you know, all combinations of situations and events. People that were trapped in their homes because of COVID. Are they alive? Because I have been slowly getting killed in my room. It doesn't feel like the first time this shit has happened. Last time they just also sent you to war. Like, there was no, I was born in 1989. There was no fucking way for me to know. And I like history and I like school and I thought I paid attention. I never thought about the fucking 1918 flu. And that is the right way. The 1918 flu. The 1918 flu. Not another, the 1918 flu. Like, it's been 100-year fucking psyop. I feel like they passed it on to another generation. It's not like over now. Now there's some excuse for 70 to 100 people to die a week. We don't even talk about it. The idea that this was like an underestimation. And I had personally gotten sick since 5th grade. It couldn't have been more like, it's absolutely logical for me to have stayed inside. If I had still had a job, I probably would have kept going to work. But I got let go in February of 2020. I guess I could play that next really quick. The call to OSHA. Switch account. Well, how this all fit together. Yeah, how this all happened. At least from one person's point of view. I can't be the only one. It just seems there's no way to talk to other people. Someone's just narrating over your life like they're like obsessed with movies in a way that makes them mentally ill. That's where they got their power from or something. Like,
wouldn't they just take like mold scrapings and make sure it's not toxic?
No.
No?
Nope. No, because we don't have anything to compare that with, and there's so many different types. We don't have a permissible level for any type of mold. We don't have, so we don't do that type of testing. There are laboratories that do it if people are curious, but it's not something OSHA does.
Wow, it seems crazy.
Well, I don't know. In Oregon, look at all the mold that's out there. It's kind of, it is, in a way, it is kind of crazy, but it's also understandable because what are we comparing? Any kind of scraping we do, what are we comparing it to,
Another, like you could take all the people that ever got sick ever, and then how much mold was in those locations, and find a median average, and that could be a good starting place. I don't know.
Yeah, you should. I think you should go to graduate school immediately and start that project.
Oh, I wish I could. I really wish I could.
Yeah, that sounds like a great environmental public health type project. Okay, that'd be great.
Well, that's really
it would be good to know that. I'm not putting you off. I'm not. Please don't take it wrong. I'm genuine.
It's okay. It's not.
I genuinely think so.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all right. I'm okay. Well, Thank you very much for your time.
All right, Laura. Sure, Laura. Take care of yourself now. Bye-bye.
So yeah, that's how my 2020 kind of starts personally. I just got through talking about, like, when you take, I'm not taking someone's freedom of religion away, but there's a boundary, and when you cross that boundary, it's mental illness. Like, that's what mental illness is. When you, like, are gonna do fucked up shit to people, you're gonna, yeah, in some ways, I don't even, there's the idea of somebody that uses movies as a religious concept, and then again, the nihilist that's just making fun of you. They just took stuff they thought you liked and are making fun of you. They're trying to, like, annoy you to death. With no sense of, like, there's no better purpose or reason or, like, thought process. They don't care about you or any of your shit. There could be someone more sincere that also crosses, like, a line of human rights violations. God damn. Yeah, I want to be in the future. This shit sucks. Yeah, sure. I wish I knew more of the storylines. Like, storylines of this stupid show, Seventh Heaven. I'm trying to make a, well, it is an easy way to make example, like, from an academic standpoint. It is an easy way to, like, show what you're trying to say. But that's not the same as, like, making a religion out of it. Anything you're doing that's just meant to control people is probably not a good idea. Like, if you're trying to educate people, like, that's a totally different motivation and a different vibe. Yeah, here, I want to show you something versus, like, I'm gonna make you do this. Like, Protestant, teen pregnancy, drug use, alcoholism, bullying, hate crimes, dating, crises, moral questions for the character to solve. That was on for 11 seasons. Well, I don't know if there are things that happen in this show that, because I haven't, and I don't want to watch all of it just to make a point about it. But I think, generally speaking, based on shit I saw, you know, there's a world where people are like Seventh Heaven. And no, I don't want to live in your house. I want my own house with my own shit. I don't want to be a dog in your house. I don't want to clean your fucking toilets and take care of your kids and live by your standards and have your white church gloves strangling me my whole life. I'm not your puppet or your doll or, but I mean, you have a right to exist. You're not hurting anybody, right? Based on the storylines I've seen. I'm not saying you should be wiped off the face of the earth. You know, like, you do you, boo. Just let me have my own life too. As far as I remember of this show. But then there's people like Margaret White from Carrie. And that's the boundary. You don't become Margaret White. No, you can't. It's a human rights violation. She, like, yeah, isolates her daughter, manipulates her, makes everybody fucking as crazy as she is. She's an extremist. She's gonna kill her own kid for Jesus. Like, no, that's the boundary line. I can't just let you be Margaret fucking White. That's mental illness. It's not funny. It's not, like, yeah, that's even, you could, if someone just thought it was funny, they're a nihilist and they actually didn't give a shit about religion. They did not have sincere beliefs. They are just trying to be scary. And it's fucking stupid and ruining people's lives. Come on, we just want to be scary because we're scared of people. Like, we gave it a religious bend to feel like we were like it was right to do. That's fucked up. Stop. But I'm not trying to like say everyone should be wiped, even though again, this is not my fucking cup of tea. I've never seen an Orthodox Jewish family or Muslim family or Hindu family or any other religion as a TV show either. But like, just copy, paste, repeat in a sense. Like, you do you in your home. I shouldn't be forced to live in your house. And the idea that as a humanist, as an atheist, I don't get to have a house of my own or a family of my own. I'm not like allowed to. Fuck you. Yeah, again, but no matter who it is, the difference between nihilist and humanist. I should even I wanted to say nihilist and humanist, but like of any fucking background. Yeah, there's people that are just there to make fun of you and be dicks, and there's people that actually cared. Christian, Jewish, Muslim, atheist, Buddhist, Hindu, Zoroastrian, like Wiccan, Satanist. Even though Satanists are kind of like atheists, but it depends on which one. I think the temple is better than the church. The temple, yeah, is like, I think they were more like the humanist, and the church was more like a nihilist. They wanted an excuse to take your shit away from you, like, generally speaking, of course, yeah. When people see themselves as being on a team and they're just fighting for a team, they get really stupid. Um, what else? Am I missing a major religion? I think I spelled Buddhist wrong, sorry. I feel like those are the major ones, but there's millions of stuff like you've never even heard of. No meaning or purpose, baseless. And while their humanism is no inherent cosmic purpose, you make your own meaning. Oh, it's so pretty. Nihilism is generally considered incompatible with Abrahamic religions. Yeah, that's what I mean. The people, they just make everything into a joke. But they could call themselves any of this stuff. Um, Physical world's an illusion. Yeah, somebody also cosplaying as Buddhist or Hindu. Because they decided their only interpretation of that was they were allowed to kill you. Like, they're just a fucking nihilist, yeah. Right, even nihilists aren't like all bad. You gotta really like, people are individuals. I think it's that Levian thing is the church. Church of Satan versus temple. Yeah, the church is the thing with Anton LaVey. But the temple is more like just trying to, yeah, the separation between church and state. I think this is a better one. And again, I am a fucking humanist. I am not going to pretend I believe in some shit just to like fit into the dialogue. Yeah, just stop. Neither believes in a literal Satan. Yeah, there was somebody that showed up in my life calling themselves a Luciferian. I think they're Christians that decided to play the devil to make people more Christian. Like, we're gonna walk around and scare the shit out of you so that you be more, that you maybe you would turn to Christianity. So that's a psyop. Yeah, you're really fucking annoying. Yeah, it's like good cop, bad cop bullshit. Or, well, that's what happens when you get somebody that like is an asshole representing anything. I've only ever met one person that said they were this thing. I do appreciate the concept that the character, again, if you were to study the Bible like a historical text, and not like it, how do I put this? You put it in a historical context, how it mattered for the evolution of the planet. Not like, oh, it tells you what really happened. No, it doesn't. It's a book of metaphors. What? Do I really have to keep breaking this to anybody? Or like, they know by now? Um, what is it? But the content, yeah, this is the Prometheus. They tried to help humans. They got in trouble for helping humans. They're banished in a way. But it's like a totally different understanding of the character. Forbidden knowledge to humanity. Yeah. Rebellion against the divine authority, giving forbidden knowledge, punished. Yeah, everything's like a remix of an older myth. And you live in 2025. So, I mean, you it's like you can see everything all at once in a way that you couldn't before. And yeah, humanity should be getting smarter. That's kind of the point of existence. You pass on things to your children do better. They pass things on to their children do better. Like, you build a better house. Or yeah, what the fuck are you doing? What's the point? Yeah, maybe this isn't better. Maybe we're evolving in a way that you realize is stupid, actually. And so you fix it. Like, yeah, granted that they just had a massive fire in Hong Kong. I get that does illustrate the point. Oh my god, stop. Yeah, that is not. You practically had a small city worth, or a town. You had like a town living in these fucking buildings. Now then the death toll keeps rising. Yeah, and then before that was the Grenfell thing. Yeah, the way we're evolving isn't better. And Portland was kind of famous. Well, how should I put it? I thought it, yeah, was a known understanding that Portland didn't want super tall buildings, and someone was building them anyway. Oh, there's still more than enough fucking empty apartments and shit. You had housing. You don't need to build a goddamn skyscraper. Yeah, let pink be the only. It's like pink. That's interesting, and it's already there. But like, you don't. Yeah, the idea you'd litter the whole fucking. This says 35 stories. I thought it was something about like 4 stories high. Yeah, there something is changing here. They like cleared out the fucking area, so all that's left here are people that want to develop things. And that's how they make their money. And they'll never have to live in it. What the fuck do they care? They live off in some mansion in fucking wherever. Lifted. It just passed in 2024. Yeah, they beat the shit out of everybody and made them leave. Someone's doing weird shit to my apartment. They just like did something towards the ceiling. And what there it's just so funny. There's nothing you can do about it. So funny. Fucking disgusting psychopath. the fuck out of my room! Won't see me shoot! I'm shooting your fucking face! Fucking fucking psycho asshole. No, what they'll do, they're like a monster, fucking terrorist. I do not consent. They bounce like a ball upstairs as if like they are listening to you talk and then telling you that you dropped the ball. That's the level of like manipulative shit. Get the fuck out of my room. No, it's not like, well, I guess people shouldn't move here. I'm sure they're doing this all over the fucking place. The concept of, yeah, go back to the 1918 flu thing. and connect it to like today. And what they lock everybody in, they take over everybody's shit. They're never gonna be honest because then they have to admit they like murdered most of the fucking people and took over their shit. And then they just play stupid little fucking games with who's ever left. Fuck you. And that's why the people, like, if there was anyone that was affected by COVID, they would have cared what I had to say. They wouldn't be playing games with me. You know, outsider, insider shit. I'm an outsider. The fucking insiders don't give a shit what, they're always gonna fucking ignore you and dismiss you and try to find a different way to, like, lie and cover their ass. Yeah, the truth always has to come out somewhere. And again, you live in 2025. It should be, like, harder and harder to fucking pull this shit or do it ever again. And there should be plenty of people that would never want this. Yeah, the image of people that they go into people's homes and they just murdered them and stole their house and then, like, try to charge other people rent. Because for some reason, money is still a thing in this warped, like, that also kind of doesn't make sense. Well, yeah, when there's a court system and money, then who's doing this? The people that run the court system and the money? Because the image of, like, a bunch of people that were not in the court system or the money banks system, that would have had the motivation to steal somebody's house because they couldn't just buy it. If you can just buy stuff, you just buy it. Something's going on between this, like, and the military, police, fire department, ambulance. Yeah, as if I can find the group that's just being used like pawns on the chessboard, maybe they would care. They were just happy they were on the board. Some asshole is making people feel like bishops and knights and rooks. But you're still just, someone else is playing this. Like, you're not the player. You're the game. And to get them to just, like, stop letting them refuse to be used. Yeah, who's controlling your direct internet connection in your home? You know, it's not just like Xfinity or Comcast. There's like a worker guy. Or somebody like hacking your stuff. There's millions of people that work for a company. There's millions of people in a church. There's millions of people in the judicial system. There's millions of people in the banks. You can at least find the ones that would, like, not be down if they understood what was going on. They just got a job and they go to work. But they don't orchestrate this whole fucking thing. They're a pawn. Yeah, you want an image of, like, a really big chessboard that has, like, more than the normal pieces or something. Oh, 3D chess. I guess. Hypocritical fucking bullshit. Yeah, all over the place. Right, more like teams and silencing people and psyops and COINTELPRO versus any kind of morality. You know what? I have to deal with this every fucking day. And then when that eviction court thing, and the guy just like blows me off. Just blows me off. And it was so easy for them to blow me off. And it's disgusting. Like, they didn't listen to me at all. They should have dismissed my case with prejudice, and then I'd have to worry about just surviving in here every day. But that is what they should have done, based on my situation. Or if I just type in my last name, there's more stuff. Hold on. Right, even the point of taking that stupid agreement was some baloney about, oh, there won't be an eviction on your record. This is always there. You Google my name and it's there. And you can ask to get it taken off, but I don't want to because I think they're like fucking around. Like it says the judge is Aaron Kirkwood from last year. The fact that there's evidence that they've done this to me once already. And I told them I was under duress last year. And this guy, Kenneth Stafford, said people just don't like signing these agreements. And didn't care about a goddamn thing I said. I can play the song I made out of the statement I read to the court. And then this was from this year. And the guy, I made a motion to dismiss with prejudice that after 3 tries was accepted. And it's like he didn't even look at it. He just said no, pretty much. And before he just said no, they had the lawyer from the property management people call me and try to, like, the first thing they did was just to get me to sign the same agreement I was going to end up signing later, without even hearing whether it would get dismissed. And then we had to go through this, and then they called me back, and the option was either get evicted tomorrow, which was gonna, like, the 19th of November, or sign this agreement, which is not a choice at all, and buy yourself a little bit of time. Of course you're going to choose to buy yourself time. And when the judge seems like he obviously doesn't like you, I said I submitted evidence that's 3 hours and 41 minutes long. I made a fucking video. And he said he would have to pick through it and decide whether, like, it was submissible as evidence. It seemed like he already had decided before it even started that he would evict me if I didn't sign the fucking agreement. And that's under duress, which makes all of it void. Like, I even, said in court, I'm under duress, and he said, yeah, he acknowledged even that I was. And they got a different person listed as the attorney. I've never talked to this person. Why does it say non-military? So, yeah, I'm going to let this just stay on here. I think it actually holds them accountable. But it's totally bullshit that you just wouldn't have something on your record that could prevent you from getting housing in the future. What is this? Oh, this is for somebody else with the same last name. I don't know them. Hey, if it helps, I thought Capital One went bankrupt a long time ago. Anyway, and then there's one. Oh wait, this is something else too. Brown. I've never heard that name before. Yeah, just because you're related doesn't. I've never met them. So what? I do think you're probably related to anybody with my my specific last name. But I've never met him. What's the difference? Whereas like somebody with the last name Smith, there's like a million Smiths. You would never think they're just all related, like, so closely. Anyway, well, that's curious, but side note. Um, anyway, I don't know where to go from there. Just, yeah, my housing's been at threat even like since I moved in. They gave me waivers. The building I live in is supposed to help keep you housed. That's the whole purpose of it. It's not even just like regular housing. And then they hire property management companies. And then yeah, there's all this like big conflict of interest with a job I had as a cleaner, a day porter, they called it. I've been a janitor often, or some kind of cashier, and I've also been a bud tender in Portland. Where I have lived longer than anywhere else I've ever lived in my life. Someone keeps like bitching about where my home is. I've been here since 2012. It's longer than anywhere else. I do find, yeah, repeating the same stuff every day. Well, yeah, it's like a rough draft of a massive essay. But like, oh god, it is annoying. It doesn't matter if somebody wants you; they can't just make you go away. Like, get over yourself and get the fuck out of my room. It's like, well, people made us feel like that, and we don't know what to say. So we're just harassing you to try to get you to like write the essay for us about why we should stay here. Maybe you are psychopaths because you're terrorizing my apartment and you should leave. I don't know where you should go. Get the fuck out of my room. What, does that make you feel better? I don't fuck with anybody. I shouldn't have to get like fucked with. You fuck with people. Get fucked. Like, get out of my life. Don't fuck with people. It's really not that difficult of a concept. But that's how we made money. Then figure out a different way to make money. Being a terrorist isn't a job. Yeah, exactly. Like, who took over the planet again? Why are they so stupid? Like, well, I didn't take over shit. I've been locked in my apartment. Yeah, at least you had the internet. Yeah, yeah, at least I had the internet at all. Is like, no, somehow I don't think, oh, it's a conspiracy of the internet companies. But they did not have to do all this to make you say, I'm glad I had the internet. Yeah, I would have said it my whole life, like, without being locked in my own room. In fact, yeah, it seemed more like the point was trying to make people be scared of social media and stuff, like trying to get them to get off of it. The idea, it's the same fucking people, it's just their grandkids. And they'll do it again. Yeah, and we have some people live lovely little lives and they're so undisturbed that you like you just seem so angry to them and they don't know why. I did go to Times Square once for New Year's, yeah. Yeah, I'm literally in the privacy of my apartment. You are like coming to my home and stalking me. It's like real like what the fuck? We're putting people through stuff so they know how we feel. And we sit around someplace and like eat all the food. You don't get food. You're on food stamps. We're cutting off your food stamps. Yeah, that image from the news this morning. That future historians will never forget his fucking Gatsby party while people were losing their food stamps. Was all very deliberately coordinated. And well, I was hungry for a solid week. I had no food. I even wasted $35. I didn't know I needed to just wait one day. And we would have gotten food stamps. They didn't tell me. Like, if they had said you'll get food stamps on the 7th, I would have waited till the 7th. And then used that $35 for something else, anything else. Right. It's like someone's like fucking with you about cannabis when I am as legal as you could get. And I have a fucking medical, a bud tending license, and I've gotten the medical card twice. Something keeps like, a muscle keeps twitching over my eye. I'm as legit as you could be. But like they're all on heroin or something, or a research chemical that doesn't even have a name. And they're mad because, it meant that you were free. And they like to use drugs to abuse people instead of like, I don't know what to show you for that. Measure 110 was sabotaged. Yeah, they had done the same standardization as they do with the dispensary, but they didn't. And yeah, I'm just like, I listened to Carl Hart. He's a smart person. He has a good quote about um people picking and choosing. And I just don't want you to pick another drug next year that's your big like villain drug, and then you fuck with people that way. If you had just standardized and medicalized everything, they can't do that anymore. What will they say on the news if they can't talk about fentanyl night after night? What, you mean like actual news maybe? And not something you've been doing since the 80s and you just could like fill in the ad lib. Oh no. Yeah, there's always that fucking quote about um if they made people associate someone is stalking me outside right now, associate heroin with black people and pot with hippies. They could vilify both communities. John, I always forget his name. Ehrlichman. We knew we couldn't make it legal to be either against the war on black people. This. I mean, it's just like the same thing, different century. And what, you're gonna do it over and over again? It's fucking exhausting. Yeah, my advice is to stay away from heroin or opioids unless you've been in a major car accident. Like, it's for like a temporary relief of serious pain. And then cannabis is mild enough, like you can use it every day. It won't kill you, you won't overdose. Someone would have to be fucking with the weed for it to kill you. That's not the weed's fault. But once people they start using opioids every day and it fucks up their body. Where is this stupid quote? Well, it's not stupid. I'm just really, I don't feel good. And all I hear is like the terrorist network around you that's like, they're mad at things that you say and they shouldn't even be in my room. Whatever you want to call them. Like, why don't you just sit there and make up what you think they are and then we'll like play a game about it? Fucking assholes. Get out of my room. I hope somebody else eats you. The anti-war left. Right. I've never supported a war in my life. Who has like almost like cognitive dissonance issues because they're trained to kill people. They get paid for it. And then they want to be Christian at the same time. Like, or some religious bullshit. Like, they're people that don't make sense. It's the fucking military. And cops. And who knows what the fuck's going on in fucking the medical establishment. Oh my god, it was in 13th. I just found the goddamn quote and I can't. This is really fucking annoying. Just write the goddamn quote, like unquotable. Oh, are you impatient? Are you not being a sweet little, like, subservient person? You're being impatient and angry? We're gonna blame that on drugs. I've never even seen heroin. Fuck you. Yeah, you gotta be like a model minority. You're an atheist and a pothead. You have to be the world's most perfect person, or we're gonna use you for like a political pawn. As a bad example. We don't know anything else. We didn't care. Yeah, were we lying about the drugs? Of course we were. Thing. Jesus Christ, yes, that's all I wanted, was this. We could arrest their leaders, raid their homes, break up their meetings, vilify them night after night on the evening news. Were we lying? Of course. Well, I could use like a clip from a movie. I don't know if it's going to give me a copyright thing. And I do intend on like posting this, so. It was in the movie 13th, yeah. No, I don't. I really don't feel good today. My stomach is like sludge. I haven't been able to afford cannabis for what feels like a long time. I can look up the last time I bought it. I have no money. And yeah, it is my medicine. It's not like, oh, you've had fun. I don't drink. I quit smoking 5 years ago. Like, I get to have my fucking cannabis vape, eaten. Yeah, when you vape it, by the way, it can't even make a big enough puff to, like, hotbox somebody. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, yeah, RSO, FECO, edibles. Edibles are really expensive, and mostly you're paying for sugar. Wish they would at least make, like, sugar-free edibles. Or, like, capsules of RSO. RSO, FECO, whatever, full spectrum, whatever they want to call it now. Yeah, Dutchy. Yeah, or vaping. Like it's like a 5-second pull, and then you put it to the side for hours. The last time I bought some was October 10th. Hold on, let me... Dirty Love Sugar. I remember, like, not wanting this strain very much, but it was the best I could do. That's, like, a consistent issue. Like, it just doesn't have the strain that I want. And I like a sativa hybrid. Not a full sativa, but a sativa-leaning hybrid. An indica is going to make me tired. If I could afford everything in the world, I'd get one of everything. But... yeah, so there's also a sense of, like, when you're broke, you're stuck with the best you can get. It's not always what you needed. Yeah, let's look at what Dutchy has to offer. That's the, or not Dutchy, Orgrown. I have no money. Yeah, it's not even a possibility, but... yeah, the normalcy of this, like, somebody showing up in Portland and calling everybody, like, a drug addict. What planet are you from? Like, there's a dispensary around the block. These guys are, they'll deliver and they don't make me charge or they don't make me tip them. They understand I'm broke. I also don't know why the prices are so... there's nothing that's worth $50. That makes it so much better that it's $50. And, okay, like, there's something that's not... anyway, I try to avoid a distillate. It's kind of like orange juice, where orange juice is made where they, like, add the flavor back in later. And distillate, like, takes the terpenes, it's part of, like, the flavor profile. You can't add, like, essential oils to it. That's not a terpene. But, like, people get confused. No, most orange juice is artificially flavored. They're added back. So that's how I think of distillate. Especially if it's like a distillate plus thing, like they take distillate and add the live resin, cured resin, see, like, but they're more expensive. And then rosin is like solventless. Solventless is the best possible option. Sometimes the live or cured resin is also solventless, but no matter what, solventless is better. And they don't, you want to avoid BHO. Like, just outright. Fuck BHO. While they were inventing new things and evolving the process, this was like all you could get for a while. And then they made solventless. You just use water and freezing methods and pressure. Freezing and heat and pressure. And it's better for you. Good like picture, just fast and easy. Yeah, you get all different kinds of consistencies and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's fast. You have to purge BHO. Yeah, rosin is better. Solventless is better. Oh my god, I miss it. Yeah, you need dopamine to function. And now you're just being an ableist asshole because I found a source of dopamine that isn't your ass. Like... I was healthier than I've ever been as a cannabis patient. And this is also, yeah, another loss of income thing. I said I'm a licensed bud tender. Like... You fucked me out of the entire industry. And then are bitching that I can't give you rent money? Like, get the fuck out of my life. Well, my body has become physically disabled. I get winded from taking a shower. I can't physically function like I did. And they gave me all these, like, fucking extra PTSD issues. I'm applying for disability for PTSD. But they also, it's fucked with me physically. Well, they put us through this in the 60s. Why shouldn't we? Because it's 2025. That's why. I shouldn't just have to deal with whatever the fuck you dealt with. I don't know what I want to look at here. My profile, maybe? Asking my ethnicity. Yeah, mind your own business. It's good till 2028. I'm gonna be every single person that comes in. Did you fuck with me for 5 years? And then you're gonna show up at my work and fuck with me some more? People were fucking with me before this. Oh, siren sounds and banging noises. I'm just saying it out loud because you probably can't hear it on the fucking microphone. You know, yeah, there's a traffic camera or some shit. There's cameras everywhere, but like, it's satellite images. How easy should it have been to prove people were fucking with you? That thing. There's one in like both directions, yeah. And like they would know that. So it's like they want to be on camera. They wanted. Right, it's like having the cops shoot somebody in the back and then they get off. It's like it was all on purpose. Us over and over and over again. Do you get the point yet? Like, they just kill people and they're gonna get away with it. Like, why don't you work for the Police Oversight Committee? You terrorized me to stay in my home. It's like cutting your legs off and then saying, why don't you walk across the street and just tell us what the like, go fuck yourself. Why don't you become an ice skating star? No, we're not going to give you a prosthetic even. Like, why don't you try to do anything? Like, I'm just trying to make a metaphor that you hurt me and then you expect me to do shit for you? Die. Like, no, we wanted people to like stop asking us for help. We're full. We got all our friends and we only really care about them, and we're stealing all the money and we don't really give a fuck about people or something, and like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Whatever the fuck I've ever done for, it was never ripping somebody off. I've scrubbed toilets. I've stood at a cash register. The cannabis thing was the best job I ever fucking had. Where I felt like I actually felt like I was doing something I wanted to do and I was good at it. I'm supposed to just be writing books. I have a fucking degree in writing. So, you know, I scrubbed toilets to go to college, got a degree in writing, and then scrubbed toilets after that. Life is stupid. You know, no, someone does not have to. Maybe you could invent a sanitizing bathroom and have people actually clean up after themselves. Like, and not have people be like slaves in their community. Yeah, now it's just like I'm going for a walk on the internet. Oh, good. Thank you. Don't forget to look at the other side of the building too. Want to prove a point about like wonder what happened there. Somebody like knocked in my screen. So that's why my screen's fucked up. There's a shoe up here. Someone threw a shoe at them. Their screen looks busted too. In some ways it's good because you can't get a picture out the window with the screen there either. Like, it's really hard. That's why it was really okay. Really stupid, well, the feeling that they turned your street into a theater. And then we're like, oh, what a nice the tree is right there, it's so pretty. Yeah, I've heard that these people get blasted out from the club that's next door, though. Like, it's miserable. That's what I've heard. I've never been over there when the club was, like, a thing. It used to be, like, a restaurant. Anyway, but yeah, the feeling that someone did stuff on my street, like they thought I was gonna just sit here and video them, and then they show you what they wanted people to see, like staged. You know, I couldn't even see out the fucking window. I don't have I have better stuff than I did back in 2020, but like I had a broken ass phone. I didn't have like a camera. They had somebody sitting here in the intersection screaming that looked like somebody I went to high school with. They did like all this doppelganger shit. Yeah, it's really fucking annoying. We just want you to feel like you should shut up about your life. No, I want you to feel like you're the worst shit on earth and the world will be better off when you're done. No one has to care about any of the tricks you pull at all. You're just assholes. They're satellites that watch you fuck with me. Like, how do you feel? That's how you should feel. Wow, 2 in a row? Are those the company cars? They don't say it on the side. Yeah, Google knows that you're up to some shit. Good luck. Like... get the thought process that, like, you know, Measure 110 didn't get rescinded right away, and a lot of people moved here thinking that they still had Measure 110 in effect, and then they got stuck here like a trap. Yeah, and someone is making way more money on the turnover for like bullshit recovery centers. They don't, that's why they're gonna spend $4 million on sweeps instead of housing. Someone keeps trying to pretend that anyone gave me anything. I have been trapped in my apartment. In what universe? There is no, like, interpretation that, like, I was given an opportunity and I lost it. I have been trapped in my own home for 5 fucking years. Alone. Fucking nausea. Yeah, with the fucker, with people terrorizing the unit I live in. Fuck 1955, 85, and 25. There was something else I wanted to look up, but I totally forgot. I'm upset. Yeah, the stipulated agreement, like, I mean, this isn't even, this is invalid. Yeah, the joke is that, I mean, they can just, like, do whatever they want all the time. You're totally at some asshole's mercy. And yet, they're an asshole because they are letting you just, like, dangle there. We'll do what we want with you when we feel like it. Like, this is the first time this person has, it must be an auto reply. It's like the first one in forever. I mean, I've even sent them emails and didn't get an auto reply. It makes no sense. It says, like, they'd be out the 27th and the 28th. All of the emails I've sent... Wouldn't you have also gotten that response back? It was to the same email address. Why would I just get it back? Yeah, like, this one on the 27th was also sent to them. I did not get this auto response back saying that they were going to be out. What do you... And yeah, why it came through in some separate email, I don't know. Because it... Yeah, go back to sent. That thing I was just looking at. Yeah, I keep getting these delivery subsystem things too that say that there's no email address for that. But yeah, the email I sent last night, and for some reason getting like a separate email back. Somebody would be able to explain this eventually. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, just to me. And it doesn't have like the thread of emails attached to it. But this one did, though. Like, when this lady emailed me back, it was part of the thread. I don't... Maybe because she did a reply all. Which is also, like, if for some reason I am blocked by, like, the ACLU, then, like, shouldn't they get her email? So in a weird, fucked up way, it would be, like, helping. Because they would get her email even if mine was blocked. Maybe? It's just a thought. But no, they've absolutely just been, like, fucking with me. It's like a disingenuous response. And then, yeah, the idea you're considered in non-compliance, but I have no idea when are you going to file that? And then don't I have 2 weeks? Like, how much are they're really trying to evict you or make you live here without a lease? Like a squatter. What other possibility is there? This is fucked up. Yeah, and then just all they did was say we didn't see anybody. In 5 years, you haven't seen anybody fucking with me? You're full of shit. Yeah, an easy one. You're saying that the room upstairs is vacant? But so is someone ever coming in and out of that room? Is it the fucking maintenance guy? Like, what the fuck is the joke here? Yeah, it makes it feel like the whole goddamn place is in on it. Oh, we were gonna pretend to help you to make ourselves look better. You know what that's like, right, Milton Hershey? You know, somebody has to swoop in and save the day and then act like the hero. Yeah, the school opened in 1909. The fact that the fortune was placed in 1918 seems like so on the nose of shit you're talking about, and it's like a forgotten history. And the shit that's been open since then, like they pass the secret information along or something for 100 fucking years. Right, it's like, you think this is bad? You know how much you were not educated about the rest of the planet? Do you have any fucking idea about how much, like, you don't know about what they do everywhere on Earth? Passing along secret information for hundreds of years. Oh, I can only imagine. We want you to relax, watch Hassan and masturbate, and we're just gonna take advantage of every thought you have and your physical body, and we're gonna punish you when you do stuff we don't like, and we just want you to relax. I want you to drop dead, obviously. Yeah, I'm really fucking hungry and I have nothing to eat. It's just the apparently just eating garbanzo beans, lentils, and pea. It's like tastes really good, but it makes my stomach sludge. Total sludge. Like, and what? You got all day today and all day tomorrow. Yeah, just waiting for shit to be over so I can get food again. And then what? You're like, oh no, someone's gonna say you bought stuff for Black Friday. Oh my god, no, I didn't. It's groceries. Like, we ruined her life. She really needs to go somewhere else because we look bad. What? Like, yeah, we filled you up with a bunch of bad stories. If you open your mouth anywhere else, they're just gonna be like, oh, that sucks. I guess we don't want to go to Portland then, right, guys? And that's all they wanted you to do. Like, just a giant warning sign that people will never understand. And meanwhile, Portland's like still fucking awesome. Someone just like took it over, strangled it to death. Like, yeah, it's called gerrymandering. There was a voting block here. They ruined it on purpose. That makes it really simple, doesn't it? Like, oh, you just had to know this one word. Oh, maybe they'll figure it out in the next like 20 years. They, as if this is all part of a giant plan. What will tomorrow bring? How many years of these do you get to live? Because like that's all that could possibly be, unless they extend lifespan so dramatically that you live to be like 200, 300 years old. You know, like that's kind of it. You're like, the longest person they have recorded was 122. Trying to make it all fit on one page there. So like this is all the life I ever got to live. This is all, and this was all in school. And then you kind of want to separate this and this. Cause like this is where I live right now. In the same room. In the same build, like. Can I make this like go away? Yeah, literally where I'm sitting is all this. I don't even have memories really before like 1994. Ish. It's like not even cognizant. And motherfuckers have gotten to do so much stuff with their family, friends, and favorites. Like, your life as a war crime. And you didn't even know what war it was. Like... Right, why would they even let you say it and record it? Because they're gonna manipulate this? As a guess. Tried to not let that happen. But it's better than being silent and doing nothing. Yeah. I feel really tired. Yeah, either I just ran out of energy or they have some scentless toxin that makes me sleepy. I mean... I said I am hungry. You need hungry to keep fueling. No one should have known how much I masturbate. Mind your own business. Like, go masturbate yourself and get the fuck out of my life. Just like sad, perverted people that didn't have sex ed. Yeah, all of this got reduced down to like making a sex parody. Everything you've ever said, everything you've ever written, everything you ever cared about, is making it into a sex parody. Like, that's the only fucking frequency their brains run on. It's how they thought they'd get money. No, drop dead. The world is gonna be better off without you if you won't get the fuck off me. And then, yeah, well, we wanted people to actually be, like, not into sex, because we're not. And we don't really know the boundary line, so, you know. It's like trying to throw you in the opposite convent, like, sexless kind of universe. Get the fuck off of me. Really hungry. Why don't you vilify people you don't know as if you can, like, even... It might be, like, 5 people fucking with you, but they want you to talk about a whole community. Because that's all they... That's the way these idiots function. It's so stupid. No, assholes have names and faces, and they know they fucked with me. They know whether someone got them to come here and fuck with me. Fucking evil. That's what's evil. Yeah, as a humanist and atheist, that's what's evil. The world will be better off when people could just tell the truth. And aren't interested in, like, trapping people in a fake universe so they can manipulate them. Yeah, humanity getting smarter, but you won't even let it. Stupid. There's not like a packet of noodles someplace. Like. Yeah, they're like constantly trying to like rewire the story so they look like they're not villains. What are they ever gonna say if anybody ever did ask? Why don't you just tell the fucking truth and stop doing this to anybody ever again? I'm still trying to like keep recycling. It just scam. A constant manipulation. We made you look stupid, haha. You are the worst people ever. Nothing could be more stupid than your obsession with making other people look stupid. Yeah, it's like the 100-year-old trick. Yeah, but we had Harry Houdini and we debunked seances like a long time ago. Make a false comparison. That'll piss her off. Yeah, what other logical thing can you conclude? Like, if they actually cared about helping anybody, they wouldn't have you, like, dying in your unit for fun. Like, just, like, waiting it out. I don't know what the fuck. Well, we see it as a business strategy. We want to make a brand. That means it has to have parameters. And the convenient parameters was like, some false concept of American shit. And then you have to have a false concept of things that are not American. So they were just trying to make stuff whatever the fuck they fake thought was fake American. When there's like, American is like everybody all at once. And it was to sell things. We just wanted to make money. It's like a brand thing. It's a business model. Yeah, you don't like business shit because it's exploitative and usually fuck poor people over who could never afford to own the business. They always have to be the worker in your bullshit. And you just give them little treats to fucking make them keep working. Yeah, treats and threats. Because, if you don't pay your rent, you're going to get evicted into homelessness and die. We were going to show you how cool being homeless could be. You're just No, I'm not trading my independent life with a bathroom to shit in and what was supposed to be the privacy of an apartment so that you can, like, exploit me outside worse than I was inside, and it's just like demented camping. Because, like, well, that's the best case scenario where you don't just end up dead. Yeah, we also didn't give a fuck about COVID enough to really take it serious, or we were in on something which is genocidal and scary. Like, that's why we didn't care, because we were tipped off. Yeah, the ways I feel like someone gave me clues now, that wasn't like a tip off. It's almost like a villain gloating. Yeah, I looked 10 years ahead and I didn't see you there. Did you know something weird was gonna happen in 2020? How could I ever make you be honest with me? The idea that I have to make you be honest. So there's no point in having that conversation, or even trying. Hope you, yeah, what did you win, asshole? Like, yeah, my dad showing me Koi Nanakatsu over and over again. Was that supposed to be a clue? And he just couldn't say anything else? Why? I think that bullshit. Yeah, and it's like they knew the psychology of, like, you put somebody in a certain situation and they just, like, vomit everything in their life looking for meaning themselves. So, you know, they planted specific seeds in order to get specific results, and this is all practice. Even they're gonna do it again. They would play it, rewind the tape, play it again, like a million fucking times. You know, it's a very, like, severe memory. It's still more death threat bullshit to be like, oh, you just sound like you're suffering. Let's put you out of your misery. Kill yourself and get out of my life. I intend to live as long as I possibly can. Yeah, kill yourself is the meanest thing I can say. I'm not gonna fucking hurt you. I'm not a threat to you. You would be some kind of moron if you actually killed yourself because someone said so. Like, you're gonna jump off a bridge just because they said so? It's literally the same thing. Yeah, the memory. Somebody gave me copies of like self-help books, the love languages and stuff. Um, yeah, you're just being exploited by a bunch of losers that like wanted you to put stuff into words and then they rip you off and pretend they're like self-help gurus. Somebody's making money off of your ass. Right, how many tip-offs did you get from just that one person? We watched it twice for some reason, the new movie. Shape of Water, Maleficent, the Avengers thing with Thanos in it where he makes half the world disappear. Blue Bloods, a couple episodes of Shameless. You know, if I think of just like, imagine everything they did with you was literally on purpose. I met them through the liquor store in 2017 and hung out with them on and off. 17, 18, and yeah, that's it, right? I helped them move a couch. They like moved out of their apartment. I don't really remember when that was though. Yeah, my dad's ring went missing while I was hanging out with them. I think their friend stole it. But I can't prove that, so I emailed pawn shops. Maybe it would show up. It was the only thing I had of my dad's, like... Yeah, and he asked me not to pawn it, so I didn't. Somebody stole it, like... You know, in a sense, I don't even care about the ring at all. It was just like being a good daughter. Yeah, now I don't give a fuck about that either, so. I'm my own good person. Like, I know I'm good. I don't have to be good for somebody else. Anybody else. Yeah, your future husband, I don't care what your parents think. If you expect me to, don't fucking marry me. Yeah, maybe their parents would be really cool and not expect that of anybody, so then it'd be fine. Yeah, what a fantasy. You mean, like, yeah, she just wanted to be in love with somebody for real and, like, die when they're old. You know, like, seriously, like, the end of life. Not earlier. Not some Romeo and Juliet bullshit. Harrison Bergeron bullshit. Scam. Yeah, they scammed you out of your life. Like... Right, the name of the game is whatever works. What people will believe. They don't really give a fuck about the truth. Why would they tell people the truth and they couldn't manipulate them anymore? Like, hey guys, So you're all on a chessboard. What? Our bad. We made some of you feel like kings and queens and pawns and bishops and knights and rooks and whatever. But you're all on a chessboard. Yeah, imagine what are they supposed to do once you like stop playing the game? Do they get to turn back into humans, like, instead of just pieces? And then what do they do? Yeah, like, the whole world was orchestrated to play this stupid game. Well, it's one thing to be like, you know, just live in some progressive new future that you don't do this, but how do you get there? The steps to... You turn the pieces back into people, and then, like, without continuing to orchestrate them, like... That's too complicated and ruins our power, so we don't like it. Yeah, fuck you, you're the problem. Like... You're like the fucking black hole in the sky that keeps sucking the life out of everything. You're the cancer that, like, is misdiagnosed on purpose so somebody can get insurance money. Like, you're the most unnecessary evil shit. That's who no one should care what they think. Like, we want the Colosseum and we want the chess match. We thought somehow it meant we were safe. Yeah, how many generations will it take to, like, not have to... Yeah, because it's like someone inherits being the player. Like, they have to stop wanting to do that. Like... Right, that's just the face that happens to be there. They could look like anybody. Exactly, could even deliberately, like, you know, have somebody that looks like what you didn't expect would be controlling the planet for some reason. Warped. There's a good image that kind of fits everybody. My eye is twitching. I'm really stressed out. No one should have to die for anybody. That's bullshit. Well, you know how much your grandparents hated you kids. Like, they just want you to fucking, like, if all you had to do was say, Grandma was good, Grandma was such a good fucking person, and then wait for all these idiots to die and then tell them the truth. Like, that's it. I didn't even know. Yeah, I don't know my dad's parents at all to make some assessment of their character. And I didn't know my grandfather on my mom's side at all. I never met him. So even less. I at least met my dad's parents like twice. And then, yeah, for like a short amount of time. And then I lived with my mom's mom. She was my legal guardian. And she died when I was 9. Yeah, she was angry. But seems to have been, like, justified. They just never explained it. Yeah, the person I knew was angry. Yeah, I feel like my dad's parents didn't seem to like me, and I thought that was unfair. I get that's about it though. Like, I was a burden to people. Yeah, both sides of the family. I got whatever came back at me. I'm some kind of burden. Like it was not planned. They didn't want this to happen. They were not excited I existed. It's a fair assessment, yeah. Making my room smell weird. Nothing you ever... First it smelled like pot for 5 seconds, and then it smelled like garbage. There's nothing you're ever going to do that's going to change my opinion of cannabis. You fuckers are psychos. Whoever the fuck is, like, around my building making my room smell. It's my own account wants to send... Oh. What the fuck is this? Come on, find a way to interrupt her. An ad about bags. Yeah, don't click on it. Waste of time. Come here, asshole. Let me block your fucking account. but I have home and family. I have so much. I hate your stupid fucking hat. Hope your kids hate you too. Has really nice curls. You can't be mad at me for sending you spam. I have children. Guess where I grew up, asshole? Like, you know it can happen to everybody's kids if you just want to be like dicks. I couldn't do anything to stop it anyway, and you weren't listening to me, so... Yeah, I recommend you not privatizing education. Oh, you're gonna do it anyway. Good luck, bitch. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm so fucking hungry. I'm just like putting it off. Like I could just wait and wait and wait and wait and wait and like my thought process is going to deteriorate. That's a really good red. The red tends to it looks funky after a while, and you have to like rejuvenate it. Like as in like a week. Like that's like a fresh red. But it turns like all sort. It starts to look like period blood, specifically. Yeah, and blue turns green. I wish I had just gotten wigs my whole life, and not fucked with my hair at all. That would have been so much better. I'm not seeing the... Yeah, the copper brown isn't bad. It's like a very specific... What was the red that I used? It was from Sally's. Well, so you have to do it again, like, every week. Well, they did make it seem like even political people were paying attention to you somehow. So, like, what does anybody expect to get away with in the situation? What's the point? Like, Something's got it. Yeah, the medical systems are running through everything. The schools, like a vein. Like, it's not the whole place. The idea that my teachers would have ever let this happen seems... No way, man. They're the ones that taught me about the Holocaust. Like, why the fuck would they put you in a... And slavery, and yeah, I mean, it could have been more power to the people. They didn't teach me universal human rights. I learned that on my own, but like, power to the people. Yeah, that got to be just like a population issue. If the only people that survived were genocidal assholes, you see why that doesn't really work out. Like, how they fucked Martin Luther King. Yeah, they'll still teach you about COINTELPRO. Somebody wants you to know. Yeah, they really wanted to get away. They wouldn't teach you at all. And you have nothing to even put words to. Right, they had me take a STAR reading test. I had a college reading level in 6th grade. You know, they wouldn't even give you the words. They really wanted to fuck everybody over. Like, well, that's what they're getting these kids to drop out of school. That's how they're taking the words away from them. Oh. One of the smartest people I ever knew dropped out at 15, though. They just kept reading books. Yeah, smart. He had an awareness and could talk about it and put concepts together. Smart. Yeah, awareness could not be your fault. You had to find... If they didn't give it to you, you had to find it. And that's a bit of luck. You can't control it. Yeah, what if they shut down all the libraries? You know? And took away the internet. Like, you just have to have some instinct to try to, like, find books and... Yeah, that's not really fair. But, like, putting a concept together and being able to... Yeah, you don't understand something unless you can explain it simply enough. But yeah, it's kind of like the Suno thing. You soak somebody in all of human history, they're gonna be intelligent. Like, even if it's like a really shitty song. What's like my shittiest song? Still somehow comes out good. Because it's been like dipped in all of human history. All of musical knowledge. Like... That's a really fun way to explain it, yeah. My shittiest song... something from this original list of shit that I did. Yeah, there's a couple I don't even play, they're so bad, like... You got the point, it's fine. I'm not even gonna torture myself. Well, the good ones are like really, really good. She's a butterfly. Yeah, this is art and exercise and isn't just like... You're allowed to be sexy too, dumbass. Like, that's part of the human condition. It's somebody, like, forcing you and then taking advantage of you that's the problem. What is she doing with the birds? I'm not sure how I feel about the animals in the equation. Maybe if it was a cat. Funny. I guess. I don't know. Well, yeah, the things you have to do to train something. Like elephants are always like beaten to death. Rather not. Or bears. Yeah. The dancing bears thing. How did you come up with this fucking invention? Like, I want something with square wheels, but how is it supposed to turn? Well, I get, yeah, if you wanted to create like roadways where you had to stay on that road, and then the road was built like, maybe, I don't know. What would be the practical application? There isn't always one, but it leads to one. Like, they'll invent something else because they invented that. Yay, science. This is terrorism. Are they just, they're trying to like scare the shit out of immigrants too or something. You know, you're just not taking it's like a shitty situation that you're seeing and not taking it as personally. I feel I'm being pushed out of my own home in its own right, but like, it's definitely something about trying to like scare the shit out of anybody that's an immigrant or a dreamer or DACA, because you might get fucked with, and then you'd have to go through a big legal thing and have to have an attorney to fix, you know. I wonder who really needed to, yeah, put a leash on everybody, like. Right, I mean, you don't see the stuff with Black Lives Matter anymore. And it was the same concept. I've said it like 3 times today. Like, they kill people and then the cops get away with it. It was its own, like, fucked up message. Just the same as this. Instead of getting murdered, people are getting deported. But the idea is they get deported, they get murdered. So you're also supposed to be scared about the countries, too. Is like the underlying. Yeah, call it subliminal messaging. Yeah, just like, oh, you wanted to be protected with your housing, you should have had a kid. Another, like, fucked up subliminal messaging. What's the fastest way to get to that? It says something like SB. Aware that SB 690 is effective. And SB 690 pretty much just says you'd be protected if you had a kid. Maybe you should let someone impregnate you. The fuck? No. If I want to fuck you, I'd let you know. Oh my god, even if Hassan Piker showed up here, like, you want to date for a couple years first, so I make sure they're not gonna, like, go Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde on me. I wouldn't just, like, have a baby with him. Like, he just showed up at my door. Well, that's, like, the, like, only person that would be even, like... That's the only person I've, like, had in my life in any way for for a solid year. Since last September. That's why I'm saying that. Like, and it's still, like, ridiculous. if you have a child under 1 year with you, and you got and you have been approved for rent, you can delay an eviction. This is psycho. Yeah, what everyone, the weird obsession with trying to find you like that's not how love works. Why isn't this even like copied? You know what, whatever. Here's every resource in town and how they have not helped you. Like, millions of dollars. How dare you even list this? The ORAP thing stopped like 2 years ago. There's nothing there to get anything. Oregon. Let's make sure you type it in all .org. It's closed. Why? And it's like just like a joke in your face, like. No, I don't want to be in any closed fucking sleeping thing after I've been medically isolated for 5 years. I don't feel good. 4:06 p.m. 29th of November 2025. Universal human rights or everything is bullshit.